can't believe this went viral, but high five your kids. High five your neighbor. High five everyone you know when you see them doing something awesome.
Let's keep calm and mother on. Mothering is way too important to do alone and way too serious to be serious all the time. My name is Christy Thomas, and I am here shoulder to shoulder with you, mothering and enjoying life together. This is the podcast where you can focus on being mindful and taking a deep breath with me and learning new things so you can pause and savor the amazing life you already have.
So I'm about 10 days behind the curve here because this article was published in the Omaha World News on October 3rd. There was an article that went viral about why you should not high five your own kids. So I want to break it down. 1, the history of the high five. 2, why that's insane. And 3, ways you can high five more. So let's get started. The history of the high five is not actually clear cut. It seems like it actually has its origins in the African Americans giving each other low fives in the jazz age or giving each other skin to complement their jazz music. But the high five actually went super popular back in the 1977s and 78s, somewhere around there, when a couple different baseball teams started giving high fives as compliments after home runs. So the Dodgers are one of the original high fivers that made it go viral. Okay? It's crazy, right? We will never know who actually gave the first high five or the low five. There are so many variations of the high five. There was even a viral scam in like 2007 where someone made up this whole history of the high five that was completely found to be bogus. They just wanted to make a national high five day. And so they made up a story about their father at war giving high fives. It wasn't true. In the viral news story, which I am not going to link in the show notes because I don't think it actually needs more eyeballs on it, op-ed piece was written about why it's disrespectful for adults to high five children because it changes the power differential. So basically, the male author was saying, I am better than my kids, and it makes them see me as less if I give them high fives. I am flabbergasted by that idea that a simple palm-to-palm hand gesture degrades a relationship. I don't know how he got to this opinion and decided to publish it in the newspaper and on the internet. I expect that maybe he wrote it just to go viral. Maybe he's got another book that's a very authoritarian parenting style, very, very strict, that he's trying to segue into to sell everyone. I don't know. Because I don't care. Because I think that all kids and all humans want to feel safe, seen, soothed, and secure in who they are. And high fives can lead to that goal. There is nothing intrinsically wrong with high-fiving a child, high-fiving an adult, high-fiving a stranger. In fact, the CDC says that high fives and fist bumps share less germs than shaking hands. So high fives are actually like a very hygienic way to meet someone, to make a connection with them, to build community. There is nothing wrong with high fives. My family actually has traced hands, and when my husband was gone on a deployment, I made a pillow of his hand. I sewed a felt hand onto a pillow, and then my kids could high five that pillow when their dad wasn't available, because high-fiving is kind of just a gesture of connection that our family uses, like hugs. Hugs anchor each other to each other in the high-paced digital world. And also, high fives help you feel seen and valued. Please high five. In fact, I have another story. In early 2019, I think 2018, I don't remember when, I found an account on the internet called High Five for Parents, Parenting High Fives. And that mom made really nice business cards that you could pass out to other people, other parents, that says from one parent to another, high five. And I gave one to a mom walking her dog this week with a kid drinking sippy cup of milk, and she was drinking her coffee. It was like 7:30 in the morning. I'm pretty sure the dog walk would have been easier if she hadn't invited the little kid to come with her. But the little kid was talking a mile a minute, and I see this happen often with this family. And so I rushed out in my PJs to give this mom this card that says, you've received this card because someone noticed that you're an attentive and engaged parent. Keep it or give it to someone else. Share the high five. So in this case, the high five is just a printed business card, but it counts, right? We all just want to feel safe, seen, secure, and soothed. Our world is moving so fast. If you can acknowledge a stranger that you see doing something awesome and encourage them, right? Encourage them to repeat that behavior by giving them social pressure, social norms, social currency that you see it and it's valued. Why not? Why not help people do more good? So high five each other. In fact, I'm considering, because you can't find these cards anymore in bundles, I'm considering making some more cards. And so I have more. I've passed them out in airports and in gardens and at the grocery store and now on the sidewalk. I'm almost done with my original stash of cards. And every time I've given them, the parent usually almost tears up. I can't tell you how important it is to feel seen. I bet you can have a moment that you can think of when somebody nodded at you or acknowledged you, gave you a head nod, and you felt valued for what's often unseen work of parenting. So parents definitely need to high five each other, and you can keep high fiving your kids. And come up with crazy ways to high five. There are so many variations on high five. Come up with your own family way. Is it the too slow game? Is it up high? Is it down low? Is it air fives? Is it air fives with a jump? Our kids are creative. Your kids are creative. You can come up with some sort of secret family code and laugh about it and savor it when you're 80 years old on your front porch in your rocking chair. Okay, this is always my go-to moment. I'm not going to regret that I high-fived to my kids. I'm not going to regret that I wasn't so serious all the time, and that, in fact, I believe motherhood shouldn't be so serious all the time, and that we should laugh and we should enjoy this journey. It's too serious to be serious all the time. So come up with some crazy high fives with your family. Maybe make some high five cards that you can pass out to strangers as a family. Maybe you do, what is that called when people start dancing everywhere in the mall? A flash mob. That's what it is. A flash mob of high fives. That's what we need to counter this curmudgeon-y article about why high fives are bad. Maybe you can organize a flash mob of parents and kids high-fiving each other at your school. Record it and send it to me, and I will invite you on the podcast to talk about why that was an amazing experience, because I bet it will be. Life is only better when we slow down and look people in the eyes, and you kind of have to in order to coordinate a high five, and see each other. It doesn't change a power differential. It doesn't change your respect in the eyes of your kid. If high-fiving your kids lowers their respect of you, there's other things going on. And you should find a coach. You should talk to your doctor. You should find a therapist. Talk to a religious priest or a pastor. Talk to a friend and admit that high-fiving your kids makes you feel uncomfortable. I don't think that that's what high fives do, though. I think high fives expand our hearts and let us know we belong. For your self-care for today, I would like you to high five yourself. You can either do it virtually and post a reel or an Instagram picture of yourself giving a high five to the screen and tell me what you've done to earn it, okay? Or you could trace your hand on a sheet of paper and write down all the amazing things that you've done to stay an attentive, engaged parent, an attentive, engaged human recently. Give yourself credit. That's the self-care. Treat yourself with compassion by giving a high five to yourself. And then the family fun, I've already said it. I think your family should create their own high five vibe. I'm a big fan of secret handshakes that I have with different kids of mine. And I think a family high five would just be so fun. So is it going to be like a hand clap jive with a McDonald's fillet of fish? I know I'm dating myself here. A spin jump and a high five. Maybe a chest bump and then a high five, or air five down low. If you come up with a family high five, please email me your directions so I can try it out with my kids. In fact, the best way to always get a hold of me is to follow me on Instagram at everyday_runner_Christy. It is linked in the show notes, but I give updates about my life. You can see behind the scenes. I tell you about the shows that are coming out, book reviews of things that I'm reading in real time, fun activities that I've done to keep connected with my kids. I post breathing ideas that aren't just breathe with me episodes. So I would love for you to follow me on Instagram so you can have access to that resource and be in the know. Because you're exactly the right mom for your kids. And I am so glad that we're on earth together right now. So go defend the high five and go give them out generously and liberally. They're even better than handshakes, according to the CDC. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you for sharing this episode with 3 of your friends by texting it or putting it on social media. And just thank you, thank you, thank you.